wanted to chat about it, kind of just my experience and everything that happened around it. So we're going to be doing that, and to make it a little bit more interesting, I will be chewing some gum here. So we're gonna have some juicy fruit, and yeah, I'll just talk about my experience at the World Cup. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so first things first, we are going to get some gum before I start rambling on. It takes a little bit to get it all soft and chewy, but okay, so I guess let's start from the beginning. I don't know. So it wasn't like a long-term plan. Like, this wasn't a plan that we had for a long time, okay? It was really last minute that we decided to go to the World Cup. And when I say we, I'm talking about me and my husband, of course. Okay, so basically how it even started was before the World Cup starts, some of the teams do what you would call like friendly matches. And this is basically just like practice, getting people warmed up, getting, I guess, the nation or the host nations excited about what's to come. Kind of just show a little bit about the teams, so they don't actually count for anything, but it's just, just to get a good look at the teams before the actual tournament starts. So, Argentina was going to be doing a friendly at Kyle Field, and if you are Texas or you know anything about like colleges and stuff like that, Kyle Field is the football stadium for Texas A&M University. So I've said it before in a few of my other videos, but that is my alma mater. That's where I graduated from school. So it was like a perfect combination, right? I love going back to College Station, every once in a while. I also do enjoy soccer. But my husband, he's in love with Lionel Messi, and he plays for Argentina, and that's the jersey I'm actually wearing right now. It's a Messi jersey, but, so when we heard about this, it was like, this is perfect. We're gonna go enjoy the game, hopefully get to see Messi. And then of course, like in College Station, afterwards we're gonna go out like to my old stomping grounds is what I like to call it. And my friend was gonna come and his friends were gonna go, so it was a great time. It already happened, obviously. So that was like the beginning, right? So we went to the match, and Messi was there, because at first it was like, oh, he's not gonna travel, he has like a little injury, stuff like that. But then when we were there, it was announced that he was there, so we figured, oh, maybe they'll throw him in for like 10 minutes at least or something. But of course it wasn't like it was, I want to say it was the first, because I think favorite player play, especially since this would have maybe been like the last opportunity to do so, just because Messi's old, right? He's getting older and he's gonna retire soon probably. So it felt like one of the only chances, and you know, obviously my husband had a good time and he's very grateful, but I could just tell like it wasn't enough for him to just be in the stadium with him. Like, he wanted to see him play, obviously. So after that, it was like something we maybe thought about, is maybe going to a match. And what's great about it is that one of Argentina's matches was in Dallas, and one of my best friends lives in Dallas, and she lives like pretty close to the stadium. So, and she was actually there in College Station with me, so we asked her like if we happen to go to the World Cup, if we get tickets, like, can we stay with you? And she was like, yeah, of course. So that kind of took away like some, because we knew these tickets were gonna be expensive, guys. Like, we know they're expensive and not everybody can afford them, and like, we're lucky that we're able to get them. And obviously, you know, we're dealing with that ourselves. But yeah, so anyways, that was like something that took away a little bit of stress, or just, you know, like, okay, well, we have somewhere to stay. We don't have to like spend for a hotel or anything, like, if we went. And so that kind of got the gears turning, because at first it was like, no, there's no way we'd be able to go, like, they're so expensive, the tickets. But that kind of helped. And then at the same time, I was kind of like an instigator. I was like, this, like, you, like, he's always loved him his whole life. Like, he's not like a fake fan or like a bandwagon fan. My husband just loves Messi for a long time. He can recite his stats. He knows, like, he's watched like all his games. He likes to watch highlight videos. He has like a signed jersey. He collects like cards, what are they called, like player cards or whatever, of Messi. Like, he's a real fan, and I know this about him. Like, I've known this about him, you know, since we started dating. So to me, it was like, look, if you really want to do this, like, you should do this. Like, we should do this. I was even telling him, like, just buy one ticket. Like, I'll go to Dallas with you, but like, you go to the game. Like, that's fine. Because for the Eras tour, I went by myself because the tickets were just crazy expensive. So I went by myself. We were like, it wasn't something where he even like would like, he would have enjoyed it, but it was just like, why are we gonna do that when I'm fine, I can go by myself, like, that's fine. So I went to the Eras tour by myself, and he obviously traveled with me, but I went into the actual concert by myself. And so I was telling him, like, we could do it like that. Like, you could buy the ticket, I'll travel with you, but like, you go to the game, like, you want to see him. But now he was like, no, I like want you there, and like experience it with me. And I was like, well, yeah, I mean, I would love to go to a World Cup game. Like, that's amazing, once in a lifetime situation. So so yeah, I was kind of just like pushing him, because I know it was like hard for him to want to spend that money. But I was like, look, it's truly once in a lifetime. Messi is gonna retire soon. Like, everybody knows this. You love him. Like, do it. You know, just do it. Money comes and goes, whatever. Like, we'll figure it out. Like, it's not, we're lucky enough to where this isn't gonna like ruin our lives or anything. Like, we're not making such a bad decision. Do you know what I story to it, right? Like, how we ended up here. And I would have loved, like, honestly, any game would have been cool, because it's just something, like, who gets to go to the World Cup? Like, not a lot of people can say that, so I'm just glad that we were able to do that. And of course, we had to go to a game where Messi was going to be playing, so we did that. We traveled to Dallas. We got to my friend's apartment, kind of left our stuff there, and then we headed over to the fan event, or fan fest, that is being put up, like, in all of the cities where the World Cup is taking place. And that was pretty cute. There was, like, some activations and stuff. It was so hot. We did kind of go, like, in the middle of the day. So yeah, it was hot, of course. So we didn't stay as long as, like, we wanted to, or we should have, maybe, to, like, take advantage of it. But we still were able to, like, walk around and see some of the stuff, and so that was really fun. We got to go to the merch store, I guess is what it's called, the fan shop, I guess. And that was pretty fun. I got, like, a World Cup t-shirt, and one of the main things that my husband wanted to buy was this, like, little replica, it's like a paperweight of the World Cup trophy. So I actually have it right here, guys. When I tell you, this thing, like, is heavy. But yeah, it's really cute. And like I said, this thing is, like, it's not just a little plastic piece of junk. It's, like, really heavy and good quality. So we got one of these. Let me put it down. I feel like it's gonna be loud. Okay. So we did that, and then honestly we were tired because we traveled, and then we went and stood in the sun, like, looking around at the activations and stuff. So the game was on Monday, so all of this happened on Sunday. Like, we traveled into Dallas, we went to the fan fest, and then we just went back to my friend's apartment and just kind of relaxed for the rest of the day, just to kind of get a good night's sleep, because my husband was like, we need to get there early, like, I want to see everything, which, yeah, like, it makes sense. You gotta take advantage of these opportunities. And one of the things that he wanted to get was, like, souvenir items that they were giving away. So he, like, saw on TikTok, it was like this fan badge or something that they only have so many, so if you get there early enough, you could get one. And if you get that badge, you can order, like, basically your own merch. Like, you could put in your own pictures and stuff and have it delivered. Like, you can make a t-shirt. And so we did that. We were able to order, like, what did we order? I forgot. I don't know, but it was like, okay, we ordered, like, a print. It looks like a newspaper, and you could put your picture in there. And then we ordered, like, a little booklet, and you could put some of your pictures in there as well. So at this point, we're just buying stuff because it's like, this is the only World Cup we're gonna go to. We plan to keep those forever, so, like, it's fine. Anyways, so we get to the stadium, and lucky for us, my friend, because she's local, she told us about the shuttle service that was, like, cheap. Like first of all, there was like hardly parking. Like you couldn't pay for parking, and if you did, it was already like $100 or more to park at the stadium. So we were just like, okay, whatever. Like we're not doing that. So we did the shuttle. It just made more sense, and it was actually very easy. Like we had to go somewhere to meet a certain place. We could park our car, and they had like attendants and stuff. So that's another thing. Like we weren't worried about leaving our vehicle anywhere. And then you go on the shuttle, and it drives you to the stadium, and then after the game, it drives you back to your car. Oh, my ankle is itching. So we did that, and that was very easy, and we did that. We got up like really early and wanted to be like the first shuttle out, and I think we were like the first few. So we got to the stadium. It was already hectic outside. I'll try to put like a video here, just some of the stuff that was going on. I think the Austrian like fans were doing like a little parade, stuff like that. So it was fun. It was like we were getting really excited, and then we finally made it to our entrance, and we were lucky enough to, like, kind of as soon as we walked in, there was this lady holding a bunch of badges, and we were like, oh my god, can we get some? And she was like, yeah. So this is what they look like. It's just like a lanyard, and it says like FIFA World Cup 2026. What you get them for is for this QR code on the bag, and that's how you can like order that stuff. But this is just like another cool little what's it called, like souvenir that we didn't have to pay for, so that's awesome. And we each got one, so we have 2 of these. And then so we were grateful. Like as soon as we got that, we were just like, yes, like this is what we wanted the most. And then we went, another thing that he had seen on TikTok that he wanted to get was these like souvenir cups. And you get them, sorry, I'm like scratching my ankle. And then you get them by buying like a Coca-Cola product, like a soda or something like that. So we each got like our Coke Zero. And we got the Coca-Cola cup. It was, I will put a picture right here so you can see it, one that I took outside the stadium. But I like those cups specifically because they say, first off, they're like good quality cups, like just a cup to have at home. And I like them because they say the teams that are playing. So it says like Argentina, Austria. So that's really cool to like actually know what game we went to, because a lot of the other stuff is just like World Cup in general. But we wanted something like that was cool that it said like specifically what game we were at. And then after that we went inside because there was a few pieces of merch that my husband wanted. And so at first we were waiting in this long ass line, and it was like outside, so we were standing in the sun, and I was like, oh my god. But then I guess somebody told my husband like, hey, like if you go inside, there's a shop inside, and like nobody's in there right now, like there's no line, people don't know about it. So we booked it inside, and yeah, he was able to get in, like there was no line. He just went in and got all this, like whatever he wanted. So he wanted like, you know, those scarves that everybody has. So he got the scarf with also like the 2 teams, so Argentina, Austria. So that was really cute. He got himself a shirt as well. And then he got some magnets, one for us, because we like to collect magnets of things that we do, or like fun, like new places we travel. So I definitely want to do like a magnet tour, maybe like a short or something. But he got a magnet, and then he got some magnets for like my mom and his mom, so to give them like a little souvenir and stuff. But then after that, we honestly just kind of walked around a little bit. Like I said, we were there early. Like the game started at 12 and we were already inside at like 9:30. But I mean, that was fine. That's what we wanted. So we honestly just walked around the stadium a little bit, tried to see where maybe we would get something to eat. We found our seats, and they were great seats. Like, yeah, they were pretty good seats, I will say. Like, obviously we weren't like on the first level, but we could see everything. And I don't know, something about like the soccer fields that they put in, like they're not wasting space with them. I feel like for football games, there's a lot of like space on the sidelines and like around the field, but like for a soccer game, it's basically stretched out to like each corner of the thing, so it almost feels like you feel close, like no matter what. So that's nice. But yeah, then after that we just got some food and kind of just waited, and we just kind of enjoyed like the vibe of what was going on, and like the Argentinian fans were, you know, really being very excited and doing their little cheers and stuff. So that's awesome. I can imagine like going to a match where you're actually from that country is probably like a million times better. Like I would love to go to a Mexico game. That would have been so amazing, but obviously those are all in Mexico. Would have been like a lot of extra logistical stuff. But no, this one was so fun. And then the game started, and we were lucky enough to, first of all, see Argentina win. So they won against Austria. And not only that, but we also got to see Messi score 2 goals, which I know was like amazing for my husband, and for me too. Like, I like soccer, okay? I'm not a diehard fan of any one team or one player, but I do enjoy the sport. I played it all growing up, so I'm familiar with the sport. I like to watch it. So I don't want it to seem like I didn't have a good time. I wanted to go, and I had a great time as well. But anyways, and yeah, the second goal that Messi made, which they only scored 2 goals, it was 2-0. So he made both of them, but the second one that he made was like pretty much at the end of the game. And I don't know, that was just like, I don't want to say it, but it was like a movie. Like, it was just so exciting. The stadium erupted. Me and my husband just like looked at each other, like grabbed onto each other and started jumping around. Like, it was great. But yeah, we had so much fun, and then afterwards, of course, we walked back to the shuttle. That was a journey, but it was fine. And then we got to our car and drove straight home, like to Austin. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of pretty much it for the experience. It was great. I mean, like I said, not a lot of people can go to these because tickets get so out of hand. But I'm so lucky and so grateful that we were able to go, and now we have like a lifelong memory to tell to our kids or to whatever. And like my husband was even saying, he's like, oh my god, he's like, I can die happy now. He's so sweet, and he was so happy. And honestly, like, that's kind of the main thing for me, is just seeing him happy. Like, was part of it all. Like, whenever we were getting in there, I was just like taking pictures of him and recording him and just making sure that he had such an amazing experience. Because really, like, well, yes, I do love it and I enjoyed myself. It was really his experience. I was just tagging along, but I'm glad he had a great time. I had a great time. We're glad that we, got to see Messi and that Argentina won, and the vibes were immaculate. And now we can see that we went to do a World Cup match. So it's all exciting. But yeah, that was just kind of my little story time ramble about that. I hope you guys enjoy this one. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. But anyways, I hope you have a good night, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.